So I got a significant update for all these albums. So first of all, got these much nicer, much high quality sleeves, I guess they're called. Yeah, so just euros first. I think before I had them all stacked on top if they were the same signature, but now I separated them all. Some interesting serial numbers. Got every signature and every starting letter. Could probably get some, because some of these aren't perfect condition. These are mostly exchange shop, like this one. But it's just euros, nothing too interesting. Pretty high value though. These 500s, 3 signatures. Swiss francs, got up to 100 of the old series, got all up to 1,000 on the newer one. Got this old one, it's no longer accepted, so you can't exchange it even in the Swiss bank for 1,000, but very big as well, this one, quite nice. Pounds, from old paper to newer paper to plastic to the king. Haven't got 10 from the king yet. Don't really want to pay much for that. I just want to find it in an exchange shop. Old Bank of England 10 shillings on pound. Royal Bank of Scotland. This is where the 50 is going to go. I'm going to get a 50 from Royal Bank of Scotland. So that's what I don't. They might have 100. I think they have an older 100. Not going to get that though. At least not yet. Clydesdale up to 50. They have a 100 as well, but for some reason it's ridiculously expensive if you try and get it. Probably can get it if you're actually in Scotland pretty cheap, but well, for £100 anyway. Normal Bank of Scotland, not the Royal Bank of Scotland. Don't really know why they have this many different banks. Ulster Bank, George Best, Northern Bank, Bank of Ireland, First Trust Bank, Danske Bank. I think maybe I should move this and put, because I think this bank is the same as this one. So maybe if I, one sec. Yeah, I think that's better like this. Because I think Northern renamed to Danske. I think, because Northern, but yeah, see, same bank. What was First Trust Bank? What's that one? Does it say? Is that what? Is that like a rename? I don't know. Too many banks. Gibraltar. These are quite big. US. Got the silver certificate, the red seal, 1s, 2s, 5, 10, 20. Not gonna get the brown and gold seal because I don't care that much about the US, honestly, and those are like stupid expensive. And they technically had a 500, a 1,000, a 5,000, a 10,000, even 100,000. 100,000 is for banks only though. But the other ones technically circulated, like people of the public could have them, but they are collectors pretty much now. So even a 500, even in bad condition, a 500's worth like double. And yeah, I'm not paying that. Australia, these are all exchange shop. I found some of these old ones in exchange shop, which is why I have some old as well as new. I didn't specifically look for them, I just found some old ones as well. New Zealand, Canada, I got a better Canada. These are now, the 5 and the 20 are now actually pretty much UNC, whereas before they were just exchange shop. And these ones are just good anyway. They are exchange shop, but like, that might as well be UNC. I'm not seeing any faults in those. Denmark, Sweden. Sweden is quite, these are not the best. This one's UNC, but the other ones are all exchange shop. Like that one. Yeah, could probably do with getting slightly nice ones, but it's not really easy to find those in exchange shop. Apparently it's not even easy to find them in Sweden. Norway. The Czech Republic. Finally got the 5,000 as well. Last time I tried to get the 5,000, customs was like, nope, for some reason, so They're not very consistent with it. They don't really know what they're doing, honestly. Qatar. I actually didn't realize until recently that there's some pen marks on this one, but it kind of blends in nice with the note. I remember I got it for less than exchange value, which I thought was weird, but I guess that's why, because I don't even know if you can still exchange these in the for the new ones. Probably not, but I still like this one. I'm not fucking paying more for a better condition. Like, is there even a watermark here? Probably, maybe there's like a UV thing. I don't know if it's covered. Like, it's probably a watermark in this that is covering, but whatever. It's good enough. Qatar, the newer one. I only got up to 50 on these ones. I like the old ones more. Maybe I should have got the newer ones instead, because they are newer. But I like the newer ones, the older ones more. So, whatever. 22 commemorative World Cup, Japan. 2000's apparently pretty rare. Then I have this new one with the 3D technology. Probably not going to catch it while on camera though. So, China, Hong Kong. I have at least one from each of the different, so the Bank of China, Standard Chartered, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Don't think they have another one. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's all of them. What's this one? Shanghai. Yeah, I got all these different values because that's what they have. They have the 20, the 50, 100, 500, 1000. Oh yeah, I got these big things so I can actually put these in the album now. But yeah, I don't have every value from every bank they had. That would be quite a lot. Like, which one's this? Bank of China. So if I had a 1000 from the other two, that would be quite expensive. Don't really have an attachment to Hong Kong to spend that much on Hong Kong. I like this one as well. This is quite nice. Korea, Singapore. That is quite clearly not a real note. That's a replica. The gold-plated one, because I am not paying 1,000 Singaporean dollars for that. Absolutely not. I want to find the gold-plated 10,000 as well to stick in there, but not finding it for some reason. You'd think that there's loads of Chinese factories making them, but yeah, for these, like, for the stupid expensive ones, I just get replicas because yeah, I'm not paying. That's like a $700 or like 750 euro. No, other way around. Whatever. It's really expensive for a note that isn't that special. I do have some height. Like I sort of the 1,000 francs. I got some German marks and stuff, but I'm not paying for that. It'd be nice to have the 10,000 just because the 10,000 is technically the highest denomination of anything, at least right now. Technically the 10,000 from US from before is more, but they also stopped printing those, and getting one of those imported to me would just be a ridiculous amount of money. Probably buy a house for that much. India, I don't have a new 500 for some reason. These ones are the ones that they overnight they were like, yeah, these aren't worth anything anymore. So if you have a big stack of them, sucks to be you, I guess. Like overnight they were just like, oh, too much counterfeits, we're just gonna withdraw all of them, just like that. Again, pen marks. Turkey, Poland. Apparently this is like quite rare. Like even people in Poland haven't ever seen these. Like this is more for big transactions that might be used for grocery shopping, and that is like, people don't even know that's a thing in Poland. Like they know, but yeah. Russia. These are the commemorative ones. I think I got 2 of each of them for some reason. I think I bought all 3 and they didn't arrive, and then I got another 3 and then the old ones arrive, and then yeah, I got double of all of them. More Russia. They got rid of some zeros. I know they have a 500,000 from the old one, but it's quite expensive, like very expensive. Russia, the new ones, I think they have a 500 and 1,000 that they're making, but I don't think they're released yet, and if they are, I don't think they're really readily available. They've got a bit of a situation going on, so don't think that's their priority right now. I got this one though. That one's quite recent. Hungary. And then Serbia. A lot of Serbia because, you know, I live in Serbia, so obviously I'm not going to go through all of them, but There is some interesting stuff going on here. Like, first of all, apparently they changed the color slightly in 2010 or so. I've got one from the newer ones, which I can obviously find anywhere. And at least one of these older dates. These are actually quite hard to find just in shops and stuff. It's not easy to get very good condition of these older 2005, 2007, 2000. See, the 1000 is not even in good condition, my old one. 2000s, I have some interesting serial numbers, because this is what I can, if I go to the bank and withdraw money, I'm just going to get a bunch of these. So, some interesting serial numbers I get over time. I'm going to have to put these back now, one sec. Then I got these 5000s. Very interesting, this old 5000 from 2003. It's even got a different layout. Found this in a big, I had a big stack of these, and didn't even know that was a thing. Found it by accident. Was very happy to see that. And then these. This one is expensive. Unreleased Serbian prints. And then these are just big notes that I can't fit elsewhere. That's a copy, by the way. I don't actually have 10,000 Singapore. Pretty bad copy, honestly. I need to get a better one if I'm really gonna have a 10,000. Birthday note, that's my birthday. And these two. Okay, next album. Alright, I split this into two. I don't know if I did that last time I recorded this, but it was getting a bit big. So this is now A to M. First, these gold backs. These are like, the USA has some states that are doing these where they're made of real gold. This is gold and silver. Honestly, I don't trust how much gold. This is Antigua and Barbuda. Not much information about them, but supposedly they're gold and silver. Although they're selling for quite cheap. They're selling for less than the gold value, so I'm quite suspicious of these. But, still nice. At least I have something from Antigua and Barbuda. Abkhazia, Afghanistan. I left a bunch of space here because I want to get more Afghanistan. This is quite an old one. Albania, full set of that. Algeria, Andorra, because the only banknotes Andorra have are really old and really expensive, so I just got a 0. Angola, Argentina, Armenia. I don't know if I had these 4 sets of like Armenia and stuff. One sec. Of these Armenian, I don't think I had a full set last time I recorded. Maybe I did. I don't think so. Azerbaijan, full set including the 500. Expensive. Bahamas, Bahrain. Do I want more Bahamas? Gonna have to move all of B, like all of B if I get Bahamas. Unless I get 6, I'm not getting that many of them. I only got this half. What date is this anyway? Is there a newer Bahamas issue? I have to check that later. Bahamas. Where is the date? 2019. That's pretty new. That's probably as new as they have. Yeah, I'm fine with just that from Bahamas for now. Still Bahrain. Not got the 10, but I got the 20. Bangladesh. Bangladesh notes are quite weird. People really use this like in the shop, like a bunch of these, really. Pretty sure that that's not worth anything. I'm pretty sure they go way higher. Like they probably have 100 and 500 notes that they use. Barbados, Belarus, full set of Belarus, including that 80 commemorative, even up to the 500. Belgium, Belize, Bermuda. Quite nice to Bermuda. Maybe I should get more of them. Bhutan. Some of these I got full sets of, but not all of them. Not most of them actually. I don't have full sets. How I decide to get a full set, I don't know. I guess if it's a somewhat significant currency, if I like the way it looks. Bolivia, and sometimes I just get most of the set, but not all. Like 100, I like this one. I prefer these the way they look on the back, but I don't really want to. God damn it! I don't want to be inconsistent with the way but I'd rather hold these from the back because they're much nicer. The blue bird on Bolivia caught my eye. That's why I went up to 100 on Bolivia. Botswana, Brazil, full set of the Brazil. Why is the 200 smaller than the 100? Maybe they made a newer series. Maybe I messed up getting this. Maybe I should have. But whatever. Maybe it's a new one. Burma. This is the one. Pretty sure I point this out every time I record, but interesting denominations to say the least. Bulgaria. They are now switching to euro. Burundi and RSTU. Burundi. Why are you before Brunei? That I will fix later. That is obviously not real. Ridiculously expensive note. That's a very nice copy though. I know some people don't like copies at all. They're placeholders to me. Like, I would get this because it's the biggest denomination, but again, absolutely ridiculously expensive. I have to sell the house, take out a mortgage to buy 10,000 Brunei dollars. Cambodia, Cameroon. Pretty sure I point this out every time as well, but I get these older ones rather than the newer ones because I like that they show the actual country name, and I wish West Africa did that as well because they just have the first letters, which is dead. Kind of the Capo Verde. Did I have this before? I don't know. Not a full set because they have a 5,000. Quite like the colours. Cayman Islands. I think that's the full. I know they have commemorative. Like, I know they have like a 75 and stuff, but I don't. Do they have a 20? I feel like they don't have a 20. I'm sure I checked that as well. Maybe they have like a commemorative 20, but I don't know. I think that's the full set of Cayman. Central Africa. See, these are the ones with the letters A, and there's probably got some not duplicate. I think I had some duplicates of this, and they had different letters, and I was like, I gave them away because I did not know, but that's fine. Let's see, do I have multiple letters of this one? I don't have multiple. Yeah, I definitely gave these away before I realized. But I got all of these anyway, so I don't care. New Central Africa. I think they gave. I don't know if they still do the lettering for the different countries. I think East Caribbean stopped doing that, so I don't know if Central Africa still do. Chad, Chile, not full set, up to 10,000. Colombia, that is a full set. Comoros, Congo, other Congo, Cook Islands, Costa Rica, newer Costa Rica, Cuba, Fidel Castro, Cuba, Curacao, new Curacao, Cyprus, Czechoslovakia. Okay. Denmark, Djibouti, Dominicana. Gold seal, peso aura. That must have been worth a gold coin back then. That's just the backs, yeah, because these are not really anything. East Caribbean. I think they stopped doing the lettering. If I wanted to technically have one from every country, in theory, I should get the old variation. I should get one from every letter country code. But they do this nice thing where they put all the country names on the back. That is good enough for me, because it actually has the country name on it from every country that this is accepted in. That counts for me, for having every country. Maybe some people will actually, because I don't want to get $5 from every single one of them countries, and it's old as well, so it's not going to cost $5. It's going to cost like 20 each. Nah, I'm good with that. Timor-Leste, or East Timor, that's why it's an E. Ecuador, Egypt, up to 20. I think that's the max they do. El Salvador, Eritrea. I left the space here because I'm getting a newer Eritrea because that one's old. Westonia, Eswatini, Ethiopia. Falkland Islands, Faroe Islands. I like the Faroe Islands. Fiji. By the way, I'm pretty sure I have every European note that's currently in circulation except Iceland 2000 because it costs too much because it's rare. Fiji. Finland, France. It's a shame when they end up with, because I sort them by letter, so that if I get something new, I don't have to move everything. It's a shame when there's all this wasted space. Guess that just means I need to buy more F. Gabon, Gambia, Georgia. I'm gonna get a new Georgia just to fill this because I don't want to move these. They fit perfectly. Like if I move them all back, it's just, yeah, no, I'm just gonna buy a new Georgia to fill that. Germany, very expensive, still worth 569 euros if you exchange it at the German National Bank, I think. Ghana. Greenland, that's a fantasy note. The only Greenland notes are like too expensive. I might get one. That's a copy, and I left some spaces because I got some kind of notes, but not really notes to put there. Greenland's definitely a weird one for me because I kind of want to have a Greenland note, but is this good enough to satisfy a copy and a fantasy? Because they are expensive. It's like but unfortunately, unlike Andorra and San Marino, which we'll get to later, they don't have a €0 note. Otherwise, it'd be problem solved. Greece, got new Greece notes. Grenada, that's a copy. That's a copy. I don't even know why I did this. No, whatever. Guatemala, Guernsey. Guinea, Bissau. Equatorial Guinea, Guyana. And Guyana again. Haiti, Honduras. Honduras is kind of weird. Every time I'm not understanding what they're doing with their currency. Like, I was trying to find the newer Honduras and got confused, I think. But that's the Honduras I have. 2022, that's pretty new. Hut Island. Do you know what Hut Island is? I do not know what Hut Island is. I think it's in Australia. Hungary inflation. A lot of Hungary inflation. Biggest ever, actually. Where are we? We're getting close to the end. Yeah, that is the biggest denomination ever. That is a million billion, and that's not English million billion, that's European English billion, which means million trillion, because they have a different way of doing this. That is unfortunately a copy. It's a very good copy though. This is very expensive. I think I had the opportunity to buy this for quite cheap and I didn't take it, and now it's be too expensive to get. That is a shame though. I definitely should have took the opportunity to get that. But like, it's a good copy. Like, shh, don't tell anyone. Like, if it's good enough, like, yeah, it's good enough. Iceland. Copy. That's a copy. Most of the copies are stuff that I want to get, but either can't afford or don't want to dish out the money for. Should have found a more comfortable place to sit. Whatever. Indochina. Indonesia. Something like that 2000 Iceland though is one that I could actually consider getting at some point, unlike the Singapore and the Iraq and Iran. That's Iran, that's Iraq. It's something I could actually consider getting there, the Iceland ones. Not the Iceland one, just the Iceland one. The 2000, the rest are real. Isle of Man, Israel, Italy. This one is quite nice, but yeah, the conditions not perfect. But like with those notes, like perfect conditions, like 100, 200 euros more than the worst condition. I'd rather just get the worst condition. I'm happy with it. It's good enough. I'd rather have more variety than have like 5 notes and they're all perfect condition and super rare and expensive. I'd rather have this big variety. I'm not even calling out the country names anymore. Pretty sure I've already recorded the one. I don't think there's anything new here compared to my old videos though. Yeah, should get like high quality pages for this as well. I don't think there's anything new. That's newer. I got that more recently. Well, the note's not newer, it's pre-Euro, but sort of speeding through these because I'm pretty sure I recorded all these. There's not that much to say about them. That one, there's a bit of a cut here, and I did that myself. Unlike all the other notes where condition issues are because I bought them like that, this one I kind of messed up myself. I messed it up, I made a mistake, and it's got a cut now. Well. Lesson, at least it was a cheap note. Like, if I did that to one of the more expensive ones, that would have been sad to say the least. Okay. I separate Myanmar and Burma, even though they're the same country, because they renamed. Alright, next one. Trying to find a comfortable position to both sit and record this. Alright. Nagorno-Karabakh. I think that's somewhere in Armenia. Maybe that's controversial. It might be like a disputed territory, not sure. Very religious theming. Namibia. Nepal. Netherlands. Netherlands Antilles. Noumea. I think I'm going to get another one from Noumea because that's a city, or the city name of New Caledonia. Capital city might be the only city as well. I'm going to get a new one of these which says New Caledonia on it as well. I didn't leave a space for it. That's going to suck. Alright, Nigeria. Alright, and isn't that long. That'll be fine. Oman. Big Oman. 50. All these rich Arab countries, I got the biggest note. I left the space here for a one Panama copy. That's a copy because Panama is ridiculously expensive. Of all the countries that have notes, like not territories, like Greenland and that kind of thing. Of all the countries, Panama is the only one where it technically has a note, but if you want to truly complete the set of every country, every note, not including territories, because some territories are quite, like for example, well, I guess San Marino, a euro counts for San Marino, but then you've got like Greenland, but that isn't that expensive. That's like 100, 200 euros. Panama, if it was 100 euros, I would buy it just to have it. It is like thousands for a Panama note because they were only issued for a few months before they just started using US. I got a coin. I got a real coin from Panama, so I technically have Panamanian Bilbaos. So it's not that I don't have any of their currency, but Panama is ridiculously expensive if you want Panama. It was only printed for like a few months. Palestine. Is that a country? You tell me. Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Poland. These aren't with the other Poland because they're old. That's kind of like, these albums for like old and for various countries, whereas the red one was for main currencies, I guess. I don't know. What did I moved this because I want to put Rhodesia. I want to put a Rhodesia note here. For Romania, this 10 is really, I didn't realize how bad the 10 condition was until I was moving them around. I should get a new 10. That is terrible. Oh my god. Rwanda. Annoying that the Rhodesia note messed up everything that I'm gonna get, but whatever. Soviet Union. Really nothing that interesting here. St. Helena, San Marino, St. Pierre and Miquelon, St. Pierre and Miquelon, Samoa, Sao Tome and Principe, Saudi. These are quite nice. Like a lot of these countries, the small ones, Sao Tome and Principe, Vanuatu, I think. A lot of them have some nice banknotes, like very nice colors, nice images. But getting all of them would be quite a task. There is like 100 countries in the world, like 200, but not all of them have their currency. Saudi Arabia, Seborga, Senegal. I guess that's the ultimate goal because I basically finished Europe. In fact, I think I have finished Europe, so. But that's kind of easier because they have a euro, which kind of takes over most of the countries. South America will probably be the next easiest one to finish because they've only got like 10 countries, and then if you're not counting Central America, if you're counting Central America as North, I guess North is the easiest if you're not counting Central America because just Canada, Mexico, USA. But then you need the USA 10,000s to truly. Yes, you never finish with this. Slovakia. Very nice note, Slovakia. Pre-Euro. Because I don't really have many pre-Euro full sets. I think Slovakia might be one of the only ones. If they didn't look so nice, I wouldn't get them. Because it isn't technically a currency anymore. Solomon Islands. I think I had 2 different ones of this with 2 different signatures, but I sold one before realizing, and it kind of felt stupid to tell the guy actually I changed my mind. Because it was part of like a bigger deal. But I think that signature was actually the same one on this note, so it's fine. It's not like I care about Solomon Island signatures. Spain. I got this one just to fill out the space because I didn't want to move all of Sudan. But I kind of feel like I need more. Because, like, these pre-Euro Spain, like, that's an old set. And that's a new one. And I've only got 2. Like, Spain's a pretty significant country. Like, I should probably get more pre-Euro Spain, but... yeah, it's good enough. That's something to consider getting more of, though. Pre-Euro Spain. I'll make a mental note of that. Taiwan. Tajikistan. Thailand. I'm skipping like a bunch of countries. Tanzania. I got these because West Africa don't have names on their notes for the country. So if I could find one for that country, see Togo, I got one that actually has a country name. I'm going to get a Tonga 4 because it's an interesting denomination 4. I don't think I had a 40, but I don't think I have any 4s. So Tonga 4 is going there. Maybe I'll move this down because it's technically older than the 1. Turkmenistan. Uganda. Ukraine. I have 4 I'm not going to bother to get them out, but I have 4 sheet, like uncut sheet of, I think there's 60 of the uncut sheet of the 1 and the 2. Am I going to get them out? No, I'm not. Ukraine. They kind of got a bit folded up though. They were perfect, like, rolls, but they're not ready anymore. Probably should have stored them better. Oh well. It's not, I don't think they're that expensive. They've got a bit of a situation going on as well, so I guess that's why 4 sheets are getting out there, because it's not supposed to be easy to get a 4 sheet on any banknote. It's supposed to be quite tightly controlled. Like, I don't think you could easily or at all get, like, for example, UK pounds. You wanted a 4 sheet of uncut UK pounds. Good luck with that. Vatican City. Did I miss San? I know I have San Marino, but did I miss it when I was recording? Like, did I mention it at all? Probably just skip past it. Yeah, San Marino. Vanuatu. Vietnam. Not a full set, but I got the biggest one, so that's what that matters. Venezuela. Biggest current inflation. Both the V countries have the biggest. 1 million here and 500,000 on... just Vietnam. I think they removed a bunch of zeros a few times though, so I think that 1 million is actually quite a lot more than a million. And if that 1 million was worth like $2 when I checked, it's probably worth like 1 now. I'm surprised it. Well, maybe they do have a new one. Maybe I just didn't see it. This is the annoying West Africa with no. So I have letters. ATH. I don't remember what they all stand for, but... oh, another one. K. I think the Togo and Mali, because I had the old notes, I didn't bother getting the letter for them, because I had the old notes from those countries. But countries like Benin, I don't think it exists. I don't think they ever had one that says Benin on it. So, I have these various letters that correspond to the country, because that's the best I can do. But unfortunately, unlike the East Caribbean, where they have all the country names on the back, and the Central Africa, which had the my mind's gone, which had the names on the older variations, West Africa just don't. So if someone says, do you have a banknote from Benin? Yes. Which one is it? I guess the B, probably. Yeah. But that's fine. It is what it is. Yemen. It's not like we hold it hole in the collection, because it's just a hole in banknotes. They just don't exist. Unlike the stupidly expensive ones that I don't want to buy. Those I don't think actually exist. Zambia. Zaire. So Zimbabwe became Rhodesia. Zaire was... this geography confuses me. Is Zaire... which one is which? I know these are all old countries that don't... well, not old, but Zaire is something else now. I don't know what that is, by the way. I have actually no idea. Rhodesia is... was Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, and Zambia combined? I do not know. My African geography is not perfect. Don't have the full set of this inflation. I kind of skipped a bit here. I only have the 750 because it has this security feature, which I think they gave up on the security, because who the hell is counterfeiting these, honestly? it's like if you're counterfeiting these, you, especially during the, yeah, this isn't a hole, by the way. They actually just jumped from 20 to 500 because like it was getting inflated that badly. By the time they were giving these 20s out, it was already time for a 500 to be printed. Ironically enough, this one, which was worth like 40 cents, collector's value is now like $100, $200. Probably the only hyperinflation note ever that actually, well, not the only one because the Hungary, but yeah, it's interesting how these hyperinflation massive values sometimes shoot up in value after they become worthless because collectors want the biggest numbers because they're weird like that. Collectors are weird. Why do we spend money on this crap? But that is the biggest actually written out number on a note. Unlike the one with the pengos where they just started writing letters. Some newer Zimbabwe. I think one of these is older than those, and some newer. I think that's older than the inflate. I don't know. They're not in order of when they came out because they're just not. Because I'm not moving the whole fucking. I'm not moving all of this just to make it in order. Absolutely not. But yeah, that's this one. And then this is Yugoslavia. I don't think there's much, if any, change here because I'm pretty satisfied with this one already. Honestly, I'm satisfied with everything at this point, other than the stuff I mentioned that I'm going to get. I think I forgot some stuff to mention because I think there's a few things that I'm going to get that I didn't. Whatever, other than the a few things that I'm still waiting to get, I'm pretty satisfied with everything at this point. Macedonia. These, some of these are not the best condition. 200 is fine, but that leaves something to be desired, to say the least. That could definitely be a better condition one. We're not gonna talk about this one. Technically, because I want to have every country / territory. That technically means, yeah. But I live in Serbia, so we're not going to talk about this. No, we're not. That one doesn't exist. Don't worry about that one. Slovenia. Why do I have specimens for this? I think the specimens were cheaper than the actual notes. So, and then these are. Were these even released? These are fucking. These are terrible. These are absolutely. Who designed these? Come on. Is that the best you can do? Like. What does the back of this look like? Yeah, come on, guys. I know there was like a whole war situation, so it might have been like emergency issue, like. But come on, like this is way better. Like whoever designed these, absolutely yes, much nicer. A lot of people want this one. It's quite rare, I guess. Croatia, Kuna, the old Kuna. Is this Croatian dinner, actually? This is before they had... Yeah, this is before they switched to Kuna. Because I want to be different at everything. This is... Why do I still have these copies back here, by the way? Because I got the real ones now. These are real 500... Oh, no, those are... Because they're not copies. They're prints. They're... I think they're official prints, but like tests. So I don't want to... Like most copies, when I get the real note, I just get rid of them. But those aren't copies. Those are just... I don't want to mess up the note. Come on, get back here. Yeah, this one is like impossible to take out and move about, so that one's staying right there, and the rest of the album's moving along with it. This is Bosnia War Money. You can see they didn't really have time to print new notes. They sort of went, yep, 25. Nope, now it's 100 million, and that was probably worth absolutely nothing. I don't know why I have a duplicate of this, because it's quite a big. I think like I know there's definitely more than this. They have 500,000 or more. Those get quite expensive. This isn't like a full set of all Bosnia War Money. There is a lot of different variations, a lot of different, and there's no way I'm getting all of them. Bosnia. I don't think it's hard to even find out what all of them means. 200. Yeah. So these ones they have. If anyone doesn't know. Which is probably everyone, because why would you know? They have the Bosnian and the... I don't know which one's which, honestly. But they have two variations. They got one for the Bosnian part of Bosnia, and then they got one for the Serbian part of Bosnia. That, I would imagine, is for the Serbian part, because of the... Because... Well, they prioritize Latinica up here and treat it. That's probably the Serbian one, then. well, because they got this Republika Srpska thing going on in Bosnia. It's kind of a mess. Serbia. Oh, not so. Yugoslavia, to be more accurate. Although Serbia was the main. Like, this is the Serbian dinner now, but this was before it was just Serbia. This is most of what happened. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's rare variations. Because I live in Serbia, you know, all the collectors want there's like misprints where it says 1930 instead of 1980 and all that, but there's pretty much every inflation note they had. Not count, none of these are worth much. Just every inflation note, apart from like rare or expensive one. I honestly don't know what. It's always weird because this is. I ordered this by year, right? By set. So like, why did they, after already printing a stupidly high number, like these were already printed, and then the next set they were like, let's print a 10? Because I don't think they removed zeros, because this is year by year. So like, why did they, after already needing to print a 50,000, think, yeah, let's make a 5,000? After already being so inflated that 50,000, 100,000, 500,000 needed to be printed, 1 million, or look at these big numbers, like all of this needed to be printed, and then the next year they were like, you know what else we need? We need a 10. Like, did they remove zeros? I don't think they removed zeros yet. Like, see this, look, how many times did they remove, if they did remove zeros? Like, look, they got 100,000, and then the next year they printed a 10. Who the hell is using a 10? Maybe they did remove zeros. That would make more sense. Should know this, shouldn't I? Maybe did they remove? How many times? If they removed zeros, this is a much bigger number. This might, if they remove zeros that many times, this one might actually rival some of the biggest inflations. Because yes, the number isn't as big as the Zimbabwe one, but I don't know, Zimbabwe removed zeros a lot as well. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's a copy because that one is expensive and I'm not buying it. And that's everything. Yep, so that's all of the updates I got for now.